Although this video will be about the line item overview in their purchase order. So whenever you open the purchase order, this one at the moment is a Me23N, you may open their line item level and see the details of their materials. Actually here are no materials because this is a free text one. Okay, this one is ZB. It should have material and it's material. So have material and then information from the material master. So now let's see. Let's minimize here. You may switch between line items by using. Let me just show. Right. You may switch between them by using this drop-down list, which is most helpful, or just clicking one by one, switching from one line to another. Sometimes this is helpful when you're comparing the line items. You just choose one line item, you compare it with the next one. You choose one, and then you should compare it with the other one. Then you switch between tabs and you see what's different between those, in case you want to compare. But let's just see this document. And see what tabs we have in line item and what maybe what actually is there. So on the material data, we have information, and most of the data here will be taken from the material master. Here, this one gives you the material group, which this material has. Its revision level, commodity code, everything is taken from the material master data. If is it not batch managed, really? If you double click on the material, normally you go to their material master data. It's strange, it's batch managed, but okay, we don't have our batch number here. Okay, but this is supply batch, but it's okay. So on the tab quantities and weights, you have actually everything is taken from this field. This is the main field in their overview, which says quantity. So here it is, and then you have transformation from the order unit, which is used here, versus the base unit of measure. But here the base unit of measure and order unit are the same. So actually 6,500 kilounits is the same thing in kilounits, the base unit of measure. If we had a different one, maybe it was in cases, then the quantity here will be different. So here net weight, gross weight, volume, all that and is calculated based on the quantity and their settings of the material master. So they are telling you how much this thing weighs. So this is just a weight of 1 kilounit, and this is the total weight of your purchase. Under delivery schedule, so normally you have, well, it's based on the delivery date. Whenever you set delivery date here, telling when you need this material, so it's copied here, and then so here it says confirmed quantity. Confirmed quantity is, well, I'd say useful when it's in their sales order. Whenever you are selling and you need to confirm that we have enough quantity to sell. For the purchasing, okay, it's not up to you to confirm. It's up to their vendor to confirm that we have this material. And in the company, yeah, it might be so that vendor is to say that, okay, we have this quantity confirmed, so we may send it. And then also there is a link to the purchase requisition, which was based to create this line item. Delivery tab is interesting, I'd say, because it has lots of interesting options. First of all, it has this tick, which tells us that delivery is actually needed. Oh, sorry, delivery, goods receipt. If you don't have the stick, you will not be able to post goods receipt. If it's there, so like here, it will tell you that you can and you must create a goods receipt. So if you have the stick, meaning that you must have goods receipt. If you don't have it, it means you cannot post goods receipt. The GR non-validated, I'm not really sure. I guess it's no longer used. Should check this one day. But still, if you set GR non-validated, it means that whenever you have purchase order history and you post some goods receipts and just invoice receipts, so here goods receipts cost something. If under delivery tab you had this GR non-validated, the goods receipts would always cost 0, and all their payments, all the invoice processing will be based on the invoices. So GRR account would not be used. Delivery complete here actually closes the document. So if you set delivery complete, it will mean that you cannot post any goods receipt anymore. You might do it when you received some goods, saying, okay, I received this is enough. We will not receive anymore. We will not pay for anything more. So this actually serves as a, let's say, closed document indicator. Final delivery. Okay, I'm not really sure. So here, delivery complete, so is more important. Also, latest GR date. It will be present in framework orders. Let's check here on the delivery. Yeah, see here, we have the latest GR date. Tricky field here. Many people think that they may change it here on the delivery tab. So then they may go to ME 22N, change it. In fact, SAP allows you to change it. It just shows you this field is white. They just type it in. So whatever the latest jar date they want, and save it. They open it again, and it resets to what it was before. It doesn't save the changes because this field is automatically calculated. The validity end date plus 30 days. That's it. If you want to change this, you gotta change the validity date of the PO, not in the line item. So this is latest GR date. If you have framework order and the latest GR date isn't passed, sorry, you cannot pass the goods receipt. Here, it's actually a rather rare case where we have planned delivery time sets. So it tells that it takes 4 days to get materials from this vendor from this plant to this one. But, well, okay. What's more important here is the GR processing time. If it is more than 1, then or actually more than 0, sorry, then it will be like this. Whenever you pass the goods receipt, it will be in stock only after this amount of days. So imagine that you are just receiving some amount of tobacco and it needs to be dried for some days. You may say that it needs to be dried for 3 days. You pass the goods receipt, but it's in your stock only 3 days after because it needs to, well, be dried. It also indicates the stock type into which you receive goods. It may be unrestricted stock or block stock or quality inspection. It will mean which type of stock will be used to place this material to whenever you receive it. The invoice tab. So here on the invoice tab, we have a tax code, which is, I'd say, already a financial setup and should come from finance, financial records. Then we have here a tick which says invoice receipt. When you have it, it works the same as GR. If you have it, you must post the invoice receipt. If you don't have this tick, you cannot post goods, the invoice receipt. It may be removed only if it's intra-company, so that you don't pay yourself. Final invoice works the same as their this one, delivery complete, saying that we no longer post any invoices and this was the last invoice, goodbye. So to close the document, you normally set final invoice, you set delivery complete, and you delete line item. GR-based invoice verification, if this one is set, then each GR should have invoice for the same quantity of material. So if you have here 6,500 kilounits, and you receive it in batches of 500 kilounits. Okay, you receive 500, you pay for 500. You receive another 500, you pay for another 500 with the separate document each time. You receive 1,500 next time, you pay for 1,500 next time. So it's just saying that for each goods receipt, you have exactly the same invoice receipt. And then it just has the DP category, so saying that down payment is needed or not for this line in particular. On the header, it was for the full document. So if there are different line items, they might have different DP categories. Can't really say if they can be different, but still possible. But I guess on the top, on the header, there is just a sum up. Conditions. Okay, these are elements of price. And I guess pricing deserves a separate video, and I guess it was covered in their purchasing for record video, but maybe I will just make a separate one on pricing in purchasing, because it's, let's say it's a separate topic. It's too big for this video. But here you see elements of price. So this is price, this is tax, this is freight cost, and then some discount, actually 0 discount, and that's it. So you see all different types of payments which may be involved in this purchase. On the additional data, nothing interesting here. Purchase order history, very, very important tab for you. You will go here very often. It gives you the list of all the possible documents, of all the documents which were posted for this PO. So here we have goods receipts, delivery cost goods receipt, invoice receipt, goods issue, delivery notes, and yeah, so all of that. You may change the view to chronological order to see how the documents are posted. So here you see that first, so you see the dates. So actually, they're on the same date, but still. So some delivery notes were posted, goods receipts, delivery cost receipt, another GR, then invoice receipt, then delivery cost GR, and GR. Actually, it's the same document. And then another invoice. So you see how they were passed. It's important because in many cases, when you will be solving issues with GRER account, you will have to know which document came first. Under text, you may have text copied from the material master data, which will be used in the outputs. Here, there is none. Under delivery address, you see information for actually this address. Normally, if you do not indicate any specific address is taken from their master data of this plant. You may have different locations in the same plant, because plant is, I'd say, well, theoretical thing. For example, you may have one plant for all of your offices, and you have like 5 offices in their city, and you may just have different addresses for each of them, and you may create a separate addresses. Here there is a special KB how to create those, and then you may just copy or reset them on all line items if you have several, or reset them to reset it to the plant address. Confirmations. Confirmation is used if you have confirmation control key set. They are set in the vendor master data, as far as I remember. And if you have one, then you'll have a table here. I mean, PO processes will have. And there are confirmations of two types, saying that like the vendor confirmed that they have this, vendor confirmed that they shipped this. And then they set confirmations oil. They confirm that they have this amount of material. They confirm that they ship this amount of material. Without those confirmations, you will not be able to post GRs if this one is set. If this is not set, they're not needed. Shipping. Okay, this is intercompany one. It has shipping. So this is mostly for people who support sales, because intercompany are let's say, I'd say sales process related. Because here we have sales organization, distribution channel division, which is sales data, for transferring, because this is transferring from one plant of GTI to another. Here we have the shipping point, which is used because we have delivery involved here in the flow, if you noticed. So here on the purchase order, we have delivery notes, which are sales documents. So here, this information is used to create those deliveries. Without this information, delivery will not be able, you will not be able to post this delivery. If we just check the regular My Shop PO, and if we go to, actually, we'll not even have delivery tab. You see, we don't even have it. So it's a peculiarity of their intercompany documents. So this shipping thing. So if we switch, we do not have their shipping tab at all, because this one is not, should not be used. And I guess this is almost it. Here, print price, if you set it, that it will be in the outputs. If you do not check this, the prices will not be indicated in the printout documents. The rest, I guess, is irrelevant and is not used, or is very, very peculiar. So yeah, this is it with the line items and which fields we have in them. Maybe one more thing about the invoice tab. So here, in case of framework order, do we have framework order? Yeah, so here on the invoice, you may create, so this one is already saved. If I go to the edit mode and if I create one, if I will be able creating one, here they might be button for invoicing plan. If one was created, then you will have it in the saved document. Here, we don't have one. Maybe one will create purchase orders. We'll try to create one with their invoicing plan. But here, so here you might see button for invoicing plan. You go there, and then you'll see information on it. So it will be here, but it's shown only if it is created for this or that document. I guess this is it for their line item overview, and I'll stop recording.